important and complete chapter for many, many reasons. First reason is because it attacks samsara right at the beginning. Does not wait to even build up anything. Right in the beginning, samsara in the form of the upside down tree priority. Upside down priorities is attacked. Because one doesn't know the source, one suffers. Because the suffering is due to taking every resource, mistaking the resource for the source. And this is why the person is said to be in samsara. This is what is taught, this is what is told right at the beginning. How to overcome samsara is also told. How to overcome samsara? More prasad. Why not? If not more prasad, at least more prasada buddhi. See, there was a connection. So, samsara is overcome how? By the sickle of discrimination, it was told. Now, what is this sickle of discrimination? Asangatvam. Letting go. Enjoy everything and let go. You can touch it, but let it not touch you. That is the thing. There is a touch and go attitude. And you could see it with Pujya Swamiji. People would come from all over and bring things. Sometimes he was very fond of science, physics, so many things. So they would bring him a game based on physics. You do this and something would happen, and there would be a small tube and the water would go in this color, in the blue color the water would go like this, and in the pink color water would come up when water is not supposed to come up at all. But there was some mechanism by which it happened, and how the impossible was made possible because of Maya. All this was there in this small little gizmo, game. And they would hand it to him. It looked very expensive also. And it had things, pipes and everything, very delicate glass and all these mechanisms going in all directions. And everybody was fascinated. We were all fascinated. And the person would hand it to Swamiji, some people who came. And he would just hold it, enjoy it, laugh out loud. Oh, find out everything. What do you do for this? What is the mechanism behind this? How that? Oh, wow, wonderful. And then it's almost like as the asangatvam came on, the grip loosened. It would just go crashing down the floor. And the people around him would quickly go and rescue it. That is how it was. It was just touch and go with him, touch and go. It was very beautiful to see. And things used to come in just bushels. People used to come in drones. Everybody would feel loved, cared for, and then that's it. He was not enmeshed. There was no enmeshment. So the answer to the samsara, this samsara tree, to cut the samsara tree, is nothing to do with the tree. Let the tree grow, let it flow. I am not part of the tree. That is I am asamsari. That is the knowledge that cuts the tree. That is asangatvam. The seed for this knowledge is asangatvam. I am not a samsari. What am I? Naturally a samsari. It's not that after overcoming samsara I will become a samsari. If that is the case, then what is the guarantee that I will not become samsari again? Before samsari, now asamsari, later samsari, possible. What use is this knowledge? Why have we spent 15 chapters studying this if it is not going to redeem? If it's not going to redeem one, why study this? So the knowledge is beautiful because it is not that I am becoming a samsari. What am I? Always nitya asamsari. But deluded into thinking I am samsari. That's what it is. I think I am samsari and therefore I suffer, and since that thinking is wrong, the thinking is corrected by Shastra, Pramana, Guru, Acharya, everything. And once it is corrected, I cannot say I am now a samsari. What am I? Previously what was I? Mukta, asamsari. Now what am I? Asamsari, mukta. Then what has changed? Before I didn't know, now I know. That's all it is. And so this Jnana Shastra, this knowledge, this weapon of discrimination. Discrimination means knowing what that this Jnanam alone, moksha, it will give. That is the discrimination. Knowing that through knowledge alone I will be free. That discrimination, if one has, it is the most blessed thing. That's why in every chapter it is coming. Even now it's not too late. Jnanadeva mokshaha, jnanena kaivalyam, jnanena tu kaivalyam. Another Upanishad Vakya is there. It's almost like Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, even now, you please know that you are not bound. You are not a samsari. What are you? Free. Then why do I feel bound? Because you do not know. That's all. That's the only difference. No other difference is there. And so this is we saw that. Then having seen that, we also saw some of the, what is that called? We saw some qualifications that will help us. Nirmana moha, jita sangha dosha, adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama, dvandvair vimuktaha, sukha dukkha samgyaihi, gachanti amudhaha, padam avyayam tatu. So we saw all this, all the details of how to prepare to receive this knowledge. Like even when in a family a baby is expected, so many preparations are made. You have to go get some clothes, you have to make a cradle or a bedding and everything. Everything has to be soft. When the bird is ready to lay the eggs, it will make a nice nest. And inside, so the living room and all will be simply furnished. But the bedroom in the nest will be full of the softest things it can find. It will go everywhere and get it, because the baby birds should not get hurt. The baby birds should not suffer, should not die. So similarly, the mind is prepared. A nest is made of the mind for the eggs of the knowledge to hatch and go Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi instead of cheap, cheap, cheap. Tattvamasi. For the Mahavakya to be brought home. So how to make that head malleable, ready for this knowledge? What kind of attitude, values I have? Same things that were there in the 13th chapter were iterated in a small way. Then the other reason why this chapter is so special is there is Sarvatma Bhava. There is the presence of Ishvara everywhere that is shown, and first it was shown in the individual body, mind, sense complex. How what leaves, what comes, what stays is all what? Parameshvara. It's all Ishvara. And because the Jiva is Ishvara, that Ishvara alone is as though coming and going and moving in and through what? Each upadhi. Each and every upadhi, that same Ishvara alone is moving. But why don't I see him moving? If you ask, it needs jnana chakshu. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. People equipped with this eye of knowing are able to see. What is this eye of knowing? You need special glasses? Yes. What are they called? Shastra Pramana glasses. Shabda Pramana glasses. Wearing those glasses, I can see. Very, very clearly I can see. And there also I have to make sure that I am wearing them properly, that they are not fogged up by my own assumptions and own parallel problems, etc. Resistances, blocks, so many things are there that come in the way of the receiving the knowledge. Pujya Swamiji used to say the Shishyas have to become like sponges. And what does the sponge do? Absorb. So like that. So when that absorbency is interfered with, then I have to look back and see what is coming in the way. And I have to take care of that. There's nothing wrong if things come in the way. Things will come in the way, because before one came to the pramana, one had a life. One had a very different life. One had the life, to use Pujya Swamiji's words, of a ninja. Ninja means offensive, defensive. All the time. Offensive, defensive kind of a thing. And then this person has a background. This person has issues. This person has had a history. This person has had education. All these things are there. And that has been the building blocks of this personality. And it has served him or her also. It has made them successful in the world. It has served them properly up till now. But then now, after this personality, one has spent time gaining the personality. What do we do with it? Drop it. This is the paradox of Vedanta. You gain it, and you whatever you can get out of it, you get out of it. But then you realize, one understands at some point that this is not possible. I'm not getting what I really, really want. That's when to query the personality. It's not that the whole personality is given up. It is suspended, and the notions and the ideologies are suspended enough for this pramana to operate. So, the one who has jnana chakshu, the one who has given oneself, surrendered to the pramana, will see. The problem is, one tries to operate the pramana. Actually, what should one do? Be operated by the pramana. That is the thing. That we forget. Because we are used to eyes. Who sees? I see. Who hears? I hear. Who is understanding the Shastra? I am the one operating the words of the Shastra. No. I am being operated upon. Just like you can't stand in the front of the mirror and do your own eye surgery. It's not advised. Because it can just get completely messed up. We don't want that. So you have to go under an authority who knows how to do it, who has done many, many eye surgeries, removed numerous cataracts and helped the people see. And so similarly, I submit to this knowledge. That is the idea. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurun militam yena tasmai shri gurave namah. So the one who had the timira means cataract, the one who was suffering from the cataract of Atma ignorance, was operated upon by the Guru who wielded the scalpel of knowledge. Very beautiful. Anjana doesn't mean scalpel. Anjana means actually ointment. Maybe in the past they had an ointment for the cataract to go away, some Ayurvedic preparation to help them see. So the Guru is the one who applied the ointment of knowledge for one who could not see the truth of oneself, because the truth of oneself was clouded by the cataract of self-ignorance. And wherever there is self-ignorance in the human mind, there is what? Wrong knowledge. It's not just that I don't know, but I know opposite of what the Shastra says. That oppositional ideas have to be shelved so that this understanding comes. This was also told. And now 2 subject matters after that have been taken. And what is the first subject matter? The Sarvatma Bhava as the Atma in everything, in all the beings. Beings who are seemingly going and coming, all that is what? Just Bhagavan alone. And then having told us that Bhagavan is in all beings individually, now the collective world, the Jagat, and the presence of Bhagavan in the collective world and collective functions are going to be taken up from verse 12 to 12, I think. Yeah, 12 to 15 or 16. Let us just look at that. Yadadityagatan tejaha jagadbhasayatekhilam yachandramasi yacchagnau tattejo vidhi mamakam Gama vishya cha bhutani dharayamyaham ojasa pushnami chaushadhi sarvaha somo bhutva rasatmakah. So in the 12th verse, all luminous things are taken into account. Aditya Gatam Tejaha, the brilliance belonging to Aditya. Who is Aditya? Sun. And then Chandramasi, that cool luminescence in the moon. Agnav, in the fire, starting with any fire. The fire that you see, forest fire, kitchen fire, any kind of fire. And what do all these have in common? Brightness, and that is the hallmark of all these things. You can't say heat because moon doesn't have heat. Moonlight doesn't have heat. So what do they all have in common? Luminescence, brightness. And this brightness is in the form of me. I lend the brightness of the sun to it. This was already talked about in the 11th, in the 10th chapter on Vibhuti Yoga. I am the sun, I am this, I am that, everything. But then what is the reason to repeat it here again? Because that was a long time ago, and here, in short, whatever has been taught is being culled into a nice little package. A take-home packet is the 15th chapter. It has the essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita in a nice little carry bag. I can't have it here, I want to take it home, here, take it home. That is why this chapter is first memorized as children, 12th chapter and this chapter, and then it is chanted before food and all, because as you will see why, because it talks about digestive juices and digestive power, etc. But now here it says that light is myself alone. Knowledge is in the form of light. Bhagavan is nothing but light. All light. Because here when we say Bhagavan, we always want to think of a form. But when we look at sunlight, there is no form. Moonlight, there is no form. Fire also doesn't really have a form. It's all over the place. And so it comes as close to formless as possible. And so to graduate from the heart, from looking at Bhagavan as a particular individual somewhere, we are looking at the universal laws, the laws that govern the existence of light. Wherever you see light, you see me. If you want to have my darshan, Just look at the moon. Don't look at the sun. Okay? You can't look at the sun unless of course it is setting or rising. But look at the moon. Look at the rising or the setting sun. Wherever you look, that light is me alone. But again, why the metaphor of light? Because there is a certain light of knowledge that recognizes that light. So this light is connecting to that light, and it becomes a kind of a Mahavakya in action, so to speak. I am aware this is the sun. So I have objectified the sun. But what is it that has objectified the sun? Me. What is that? Awareness. So here we can unpack that further and say the light of awareness has the light of awareness has objectified the sun. Then we have what? Two. Subject, sun, object. That is not Advaita. How do we make this Advaita? We see that the light of the sun is non-separate from this light of awareness. Light of awareness, Bhagavan. Light of the sun, what? Bhagavan. Ishvara, 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 everywhere. Right there is a Mahavakya. You look at the moon, it's an instant meditation. You look at the fire, it's an instant oneness right then and there. And so, yad aditya gatam tejaha, that teja, the light belonging to the sun, jagat bhasayate khilam, just as it lights up the whole universe. Yat chandramasi yat chagno, and which is there in the moon and in the fire. Tat tejaha, that light, mamakam vidhi, know that to be mine. Meaning, non-separate from me alone. Everything comes from me, nay, it is an avatara of me, it's a manifestation of me. And again, we can take it this way, or straight away, or we can even take it as the Adhishthana Devata of eyes. Adhishthana Devata of eyes, speech and mind. Eyes, fire, eyes, sun, speech, fire, mind, Abba. Okay. Moon. There was only one left. So, mind is moon. So, we can see that that which lights up my mind, that which lights up the speech. So, to say, oh, this is moon, this is sun, the speech has to be lit up. And then that which lights up the eyes to be able to objectify things is Bhagavan alone. So, there is no difference between the presiding deities of these objects and my own sense organs, which are one and the same. Adhidhaivikam is Adhyatmikam, and Adhibhautikam is also what? Adhyatmikam. It is just a beautiful, very beautiful. So that is the 11th verse. The 12th verse then talks about how the Lord pervades the earth. Go means many things in Sanskrit. Go means cow. Go means words. Go means knowledge. Go means earth. So here, go means earth. Gam avishya, having enveloped the entire earth. Gam avishya cha dharayami bhutani. So in the 12th verse, we had Tejas. Tejas means the radiance of the mind, the heart is what Bhagavan. Now we have in the 13th verse, Ojas. What is Ojas? The twin brother of Tejas. And so Tejas is brightness and Ojas is what? Energy. Ojas is a certain energy. Ojaha. So that energy comes from what? Food. Energy comes from food. And it's like not just directly food, but the food that is transformed into vitamins, minerals, and proteins, carbohydrates, all the things. And so this is the Tejas and Ojas, they go together, so that the 13th verse is Ojas. Bhutani dharayami, I sustain. Bhutani doesn't mean 5 elements here. What does it mean? Bhautikani, things that have come from the Bhutas. Who are they? All the beings. All the living beings are Bhautikas. Bhutebhyah jatam Bhautikam. Gam avishya bhutani dharayami aham. I uphold and sustain all the beings by pervading the entire earth. How do you sustain them, O Lord? If you ask, what will Ishvara say? Ojasa, in the form of ojas. I am not giving them ojas. What am I? I am the ojas. I am the ojas. I am not like dispensing ojas. Here, little bit for you, little bit for you. Oh, I don't like you, so little less for you. No. I am in the form of ojas. And how do you do this? Pushnami. I nourish all the bodies. How? By nourishing what they eat. And what do they eat? According to Ishvara, the diet should be Oshadhayaha. Oshadhi means what? Plants. I nourish the plants. I nourish all the vegetation that grows. I nourish the plants because I make them cook their food. Previous verse I had already told I am the light of the sun, and in the light of the sun the first cooking is done. Photosynthesis, that which the plants do, is the first cooking. So even though there are some people, trendy people who say we only eat raw food. There are some people who like that. Yes, and naturopaths and everything. They like to have a diet of raw food. We can tap them on the back and say you are eating cooked food. You are not eating raw food. Why? Because the ojas of Bhagavan in the form of the plants has already cooked the food once. It's once cooked food. Okay, so dharayami aham ojasa pushnami cha aushadhayaha sarva. Somo bhutva. Here people make a mistake and say by becoming the moon. Arey, moon kahan se aa gaya? Like the word go, the word soma has many meanings. Soma is that extinct plant which they pressed out of extinction, and the juice they were drinking and putting in the yajna for wish fulfillment. Soma plant. Soma means moon. Soma also means what? The rasa, essence is called soma. And that is the meaning we should take. Somo bhutva. What is the next word? Rasatmakaha. That is the meaning that follows. We cannot suddenly say moon has done this. And then they will go all over and then they will give a long explanation why in the moonlight certain plants grow. We are not denying that. But here that's not the meaning. The meaning is that I am the essence of the food. See, nowadays when we buy herbal medicines, there is, I forgot that expression, standardized extract, they will say. So let's say you want to have some neem. You know what neem is? Everybody knows neem? Yeah. So neem you want to have, before you would just pluck a few leaves off the tree and chew them in the morning. But that is difficult to do because it is so bitter. And so now it comes in the form of capsules, which is easy. That's not the point. In Ayurveda, you're supposed to taste it. The first digestion takes place in the tongue. And so there is a connection between the digestion and the tongue. But that, never mind, that's a different discussion. Here, the person looks at the capsule, it will say standardized extract of neem. Meaning it will be the same in everything, it's a standardized extract. They borrowed this expression standardized extract from Rasatmaka, from Bhagavan. So that standardized extract will not have unnecessary things. It will not have neem flowers, it will not have any other components which are in the neem. It will only have that which you want. Same thing, nowadays people take these turmeric tablets also. They call it something else. Kurkumin, yes. Kurku, murku, something. curcumin tablets. There also you say standardized extract. It will not have certain fibers, it will not have certain things, it will only have that which makes turmeric turmeric. So here Bhagavan says, I am that which makes the plant, gives the plant their essence. And it's not just enough to have essence. Supposing there is a piece of cardboard which has all the nutrients in one day. All you have to do is eat one piece in the morning, one piece in the afternoon, and one piece at night. Would you like to do that? Nobody would like to do that. The person will say, I choose to be undernourished, but let me have some taste with my food. Otherwise, why has Bhagavan given me tongue? In fact, in America, since people are busy, one young entrepreneur came up with this food, which is called Solient. And it's just a pouch with some powder. To that, and it comes in vegetarian version, non-vegetarian version. So if you are vegetarian, you add a spoonful of olive oil and then some hot water, let it stir it, let it sit for 5 minutes like your instant upma, I suppose, and then you kind of eat it or drink it, or it's kind of a semi-solid thing. And you have all the nutrition possible. You have everything you need. I'm not sure it is selling very well because it's very boring. So here Bhagavan says, I'm in the form of that taste of peace that we associate with the peace, the aroma, the fragrance and the taste and the aroma and the juiciness of the cucumber, the taste and the aroma of grapes and apples and everything, all that we have. And because it is tasty, we gravitate towards it and we want to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, there is no motivation. You might as well be on Solient. Okay? And then, so this is Bhagavan. So anything you find tasty, what is that? Bhagavan. That's why during Bhandara, all the sadhus just break into song in the middle of the food because they are delighted and they want to be in Bhagavan awareness. Because of Bhagavan they are able to taste it. Because of Bhagavan it is made to be tasty. And so this is Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. I pervade the whole universe, and anything that is worth eating, I am the one that is in the form of the essence of that very thing. I am the standardized extract in everything. Then not only that, but then by this we can have a mistake. We can come up with a mistaken impression. I am eating Bhagavan. Yeah, because everything I'm eating is what? Bhagavan. Roti is Bhagavan, sabji is Bhagavan, dal is Bhagavan. Is this okay? Yes, it is okay. Why? As the next verse will tell us, the eater is also what? Bhagavan. That's why it is okay. ठीक है. Okay. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. Praninam Deham Ashritah. Pranapana Samayuktah. Pajamyannam Chaturvidham. Not only am I the extract in the food and I make everything tasty, then from there I jump into the stomach of everyone. And jumping into the stomach of everyone, I am the inner fire. I am the Tejaha of the outer fire in the form of the sun and the fire, and I am the inner fire in the form of the Vaishvanara Agni, the digestive fire. In fact, if we don't eat, what will happen? The fire, Vaishvanara, burns a hole in the stomach in the form of acidity, ulcer, etc. So it's a kind of a fire. So aham that name of that fire is Vaishwanaraha. So aham Vaishwanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritah. Taking refuge in the tummies of everybody in the form of Vaishwanaragni. Then what do? First let us say Pachami Annam. So I cook the food. This is the third cooking. What is the second cooking? First cooking we saw. What the plants do? Photosynthesis, first cooking. Where is the second cooking? Yeah, you put it on the stove and then you saute or do whatever you want. Put salt, put all the spices, fry, boil, whatever you do. That is the second cooking. It still needs to be cooked one more time. Bhagavan says it's not enough. And so Bhagavan cooks it the third time, sending, because when you eat the idlis and dosas, they are not going to go and like this all over the body. It's not possible. The rasa of that is going to be sent wherever it needs to go, and the rasa, when it is transformed by Vaishwanara, it becomes what? Vitamin, minerals, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, etc. And waste as well. So, this is I am the fire that cooks. When the fire cooks, what do we need? We need a fan to modulate that fire. What is that? Prana. Prana is the fan. And not only you need one kind of fan, you need an exhaust fan for all the dhuma, all the carbon dioxide that is being there, carbon monoxide to go away. Exhaust fan is apana. Apana vayu means the evacuatory vayu. Because if you keep eating and nothing gets evacuated, very difficult, horrible. So Bhagavan has exhaust, already the exhaust system set up, and Bhagavan, the Vaishwanaragni is fanned by prana and assisted by apana, the evacuatory function, that which disposes of the waste. And then samana is the digestive fire. Then vyana is the circulatory prana, which carries via the blood, which carries the nutrition, via the blood vessels, carries the nutrition everywhere, makes everything alive, and again is oxygenated by prana. So this way, the whole thing is an intelligent system. Know that to be me. I am the one. First I nourish everything, and then I hurriedly get into your stomach and become the digestive fire. For Bhagavan, that's not a feat. Why? Because all pervasive. Sarva Vyapakatvati. Bhagavan is everywhere at all times. So, prana panau something. Prana samayukta. Yeah. Along with prana and pana, apana, pachami annam. I cook food. Bhagavan says, I don't have a big repertoire. I can only cook 4 types of food. Oh, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins. No. Types of food include the manner of eating. There are only 4 ways to transfer the food from the mouth to the stomach. One is bhakshyam. What we do in the dining hall. Bhakshyam. You put it in the mouth, chew, swallow. Bhakshyam. Then sometimes you say, I am on a liquid diet. For 3 days I am on a juice fast. Then you don't eat. What do? Drink. It's called bhojyam. Food can be eaten, food can be drunk. Then there are 2 other modes of eating. The third one is called choshyam. Choshya means sucking. Like there is a mango that comes. It's all fleshy and fibrous and juicy. if you try to cut it, you will have a smoothie on your floor. That's how it will be. It will all just be mango juice on your floor. It cannot be cut. You make it a little more soft, you massage it with your hands and then puncture a little hole and then you suck the whole thing. You don't even need a straw. You just suck it. It's called choshyam. Very nice it is to suck. Yeah. This is called choshyam. Third form of eating. And what is the fourth form? Lehyam. Lich, to lick. Lehyam. Certain things have that consistency. What do they? In fact, in Ayurveda, they are called lehya only. Yeah, certain preparations. They are thick and unguent, sticky. You can't kind of bite it. You have to lick it and make it soft. The more you run the tongue on it, the more soft and malleable it becomes. So these are the 4 kinds of food that I can cook. Bhakshyam, that which is eaten. Bhojyam, that which is drunk. Choshyam, that which is sucked. Lehyam, that which is licked. No other food I know how to cook, Bhagavan says, depending on the mode of eating. Whose mode of eating? Human beings' mode of eating. Don't say, I met an anteater and it eats differently, but here we are talking of human beings. Even if you look at all the array of animals, all of them will have these 4 modes of eating alone, really. Some way or the other. Maybe predominantly more this or more that or something like that. But this is the normal 4 modes of eating. I cook the food. So what are we eating? Thrice cooked food. And that's why eating is a yajna. Why? Bhagavan is in the tummy. Tummy has Bhagavan, and so if the tummy has Bhagavan, my eating is what? An offering to the inner Bhagavan. That's why it's a very, very sacred act. And that's why in India, all the parents tell their children, don't talk when you eat. This is not so in other cultures. In America, they say, let's talk it over a meal. Any business thing and all, whatever it is. Let's go out to lunch and talk about it. And so it's a very big culture difference. And why is that? Because this is a value that is associated with this particular understanding of Bhagavan as digesting the food. So when the food is being eaten, I am in close proximity with Bhagavan as the digestive fire, as the one that has nourished the plants, as that which is outside in the form of what's on my plate, as that which is inside, which is going in, and that oneness I am enjoying with myself. I am not alone eating, I am eating with Bhagavan. That is what the whole thing is. It's a sacred and a contemplative exercise. Food itself becomes a meditation if it's practiced this way. We can try that sometimes and see if it makes a difference. So then, pachami annam chaturvidham. Then, from this it branches out to everything in a much bigger way, and very important verse, 15th verse. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha matta smritir jnanam apohanancha vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyah vedanta krid veda videva chaham. Not only everyone's stomachs I have entered the hearts of all. Sarvasya cha means furthermore and moreover. Moreover what? Sarvasya aham hridi, in the heart. Sannivishtaha, I have entered and stayed there. As what? Atma. I am the Atma of all, Sarvatma. I am available always as what? What am I available as? I. I. I'm available as I. And then from me alone, all the mental activities come forth, ensue forth. Mattaha, from me, smritihi, memory. Suddenly I remembered Shri Sukta, Purusha Sukta, Paninian grammar rule. Everything I remembered because of what? Bhagavan. From me is the memory means what? I am in the form of memory. I am in the form of memory. Smriti. And what does Smriti leads to? Knowledge. Knowledge happens. You really don't have a choice for knowledge. If something there is to see and it is in front of you, the knowledge of this is instantaneous. Here is pot. Right there you see the pot. Pot knowledge has taken place. All the branches of knowledge is Bhagavan. All the branches of knowledge is nothing but Bhagavan. And not only that, that would be incomplete. Knower is Bhagavan. This is a Mahavakya. Knower is Bhagavan and the objects of knowledge also Bhagavan. Because if we just said knower is Bhagavan, then there will be a subject-object gap. And that gap has to be accounted for. Here there is no subject-object gap. Why? Knower is Bhagavan, knowledge is Bhagavan. And what is Bhagavan? Neither knower nor knowledge. The one because of which knowledge is knowledge, because of whom knower is knower, that which is neither the knower nor the knowledge. This method is what? The methodology is superimposing a status on Bhagavan and then seeing that is just a superimposition. Knower is Bhagavan means what? In every knower there has to be the presence of Bhagavan. But Bhagavan is not just knower. Bhagavan is also not outside the known. So the knower known is Mithya. Bhagavan sustains the knower, sustains the known, because Bhagavan sustains everything without being either the knower or the known. This is what Bhagavan is. Very beautiful. Matta smritihi jnanam. And then apohanam. Apohanam is what you had for breakfast. Apoha, right? A plate of poha. No? What is apohanam? Forgetfulness. This is very, very nice. Forgetfulness is Bhagavan. So next time you can't complain, I forgot. Just say, I had a Bhagavan attack. That's all. So forgetfulness is also Bhagavan. But why does Bhagavan say, I am forgetfulness? Because it's the opposite of what? Smriti, remembering. Because Bhagavan is above and beyond all opposites. If remembrance is Bhagavan, forgetfulness cannot be some a-Bhagavan, Anishvara, it cannot be. That too has to be Ishvara. And what is Ishvara? Neither memory nor forgetfulness. This we have to see. And also, forgetfulness is not always a curse. Somebody did something bad. One got hurt. How long to carry it? How long to bear the grudge? That's why we say time is a healer. That time is Bhagavan. After a while one forgets. And we have all these stories. What is that? Romeo and Juliet. Two feuding families. That's why the children cannot marry, because the grandfathers and their grandfathers and grandfathers, from that time they have been fighting. Why have they been fighting? Nobody remembers. This is apohana. This is also the masala of many Bollywood movies. Inimical families, and then the children, the offspring fall in love. This is how it goes. The story goes like this. But this apohanam is important. Otherwise, how long to carry a hurt? A hurt is painful. Every day one wakes up, why did this person do this to me? Why did that person do this to me? How could they be so mean? How could they be so inconsiderate? So first few days it's very strong. After that, one doesn't think of it every day. One thinks of it 3 times a week, let's say. Then after that, twice a week, once a month. And after a while, it's gone. Thank God. And sleep is the best form of apohanam. After you go to bed and wake up, everything is like, there is almost like an invisible reset button that has been pressed. You wake up, everything is fresh, new, and whatever happened the day before, it is not brought you down. You have a new and renewed sense of hope, vigor, and the readiness to greet the day. That is all wonderful. That is all the gift of apohanam. Apohanam is a blessing when it concerns when it concerns these kinds of hurts and pains. There is also apohanam from one birth to another birth. Very few, if any, people remember who they were in the last life. Who were you in the last life? Nobody knows. Thank God. Because already the omissions and commissions that I have in this life, I can barely handle. But then I remember, suddenly I had a mother in the last life, and the life before that also I had a mother and a father and the brother and the sister. Before that I was a dog, so I had many siblings. I was born with 6 other puppies, and then I had a mother puppy. I abandoned her, and like this, all these omissions and commissions, one will not even be able to wake up in the morning. Apohanam, in the form of the veil of Maya, firmly and politely dividing one birth from another, again does the same beautiful job of sleep. What does it do? It gives us a renewed hope, a vigor and vitality to greet the new life, the new day, the new opportunities. This is very, very nice. Apohanam. And apohanam, you can also take it in terms of, as one ages, one forgets more. In that too is a blessing in a way. Because when one so many desires, and then the person walks to fulfill that desire, walks from one room to another, and having gone to the next room, why did I come here? Goes back and sits down. In a way, it's a blessing. What was I doing? Why did I come here? Especially if you have stairs in the house. Halfway you stop. Was I going up? Or was I coming down? I don't know. In a way, it's good. See, everything becomes little hazy. You see less. You hear less. The sense of taste is less. The sense of smell is less. All is less, because Bhagavan is giving us the opportunity to overcome the desires. This is a natural way. Forgetting the desires is one way of overcoming them. And then on the other extreme, apohanam, we have what? Alzheimer's disease, various dementias. It is becoming so much more common right now. Either it was always there, now we have sophisticated names for these syndromes, or it has truly become much more in incidence now. I do not know. But that is also a drastic form of apohanam. Maybe it's a relief. Maybe there is no reckoning needing to be done from the past lives or the past decades of one's life. Maybe one can just let go. That is also maybe a blessing. So, jnanam apohanam cha. And then vedaishcha sarvaihi ahameva vedyaha. In all the Vedas, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Aranyaka, Samhita, everything, all parts of the Veda. What is to be known? Aham, Ishvaraha. Ishvara alone is to be known. How can you say that? Well, if there is a spell for Indra, invoking Indra. If there is a yajna for invoking Varuna, who is Indra? Ishvara. Who is Varuna? Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. Who is Bhudevi? Ishvara. Who is Saraswati? Ishvara. Who is Parvati? Lakshmi? Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. And so, in the Vedas, nothing is there to be known other than me. I am the one to be known in all the Vedas. And that, what is that I? The one who is sitting in your heart. Mahavakya. Let's not forget that. That's how this verse starts. Sarvasya cha aham hridi sannivishtaha. And then, Vedaishcha sarvaihi ahameva vedyah. Vedanta krit. I am the author of the Sampradaya of Vedanta. I am the author of the Upanishads. I am the author of the Bhagavad Gita. Why? Lord Ganesha is the scribe, let's not forget. And Lord Vyasa was inspired by Bhagavan to write this. Vedanta krit, Vedavid. I am the knower of the Veda. Why am I the knower? Because I am the Veda. Therefore, I am the knower of the Veda. Vedavideva cha aham. Very beautiful. Then the next section is again 2 verses of Adhyaropa Apavada Prakriya and very beautifully presented and very important verses. Dvavimau purushau loke Ksharascha evacha Ksharas sarvani bhutani Kutastho kshara uchyate Uttamah purushastvanyah Paramatmetyudakritah Yo lokatrayamavishya Bibhartyavyaya Ishvarah. Yeah, we can include the 18th verse also here. Yasmat ksharamati-toham Aksharaadapi chottamaha Atosmi loke vede cha Prathitah purushottamah. That's how this chapter gets its name, Purushottama Yoga. That is what is called, because it talks about Purushottama or Uttama Purusha. Who is this Uttama Purusha? The whole universe is beautifully presented in these 3 verses as through the Karya Karana Prakriya. First, it starts off intriguingly in the sense of, in this world there are 2 Purushas. Okay, what are who? Where are they? One we call Kshara Purusha. That is what? Effect. Kshara Purusha means that which comes to an end. That which is finite is effect. Look at everything in the universe. Finite. Effect. That which has transformed into effect. Dvavimau, dvau imau, dvavimau. Purushau loke. There are 2 Purushas. One is called what? Kshara Purusha. The other one is called Akshara Purusha. And then what? What is this Akshara Purusha? Akshara Purusha is not the same Aksharam Brahma asked for and answered in the Mundaka Upanishad. Akshara Purusha here is Maya Shakti. Kshara Purusha, manifest universe. Akshara Purusha, Maya Shakti. We'll see why and how in detail. Maya Shakti, Akshara Purusha. Maya Shakti is unmanifest. So unmanifest is Akshara Purusha. Manifest universe is Kshara Purusha. Because as soon as it's manifest, it has tick, 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 expiry date. Starting with this our body has an expiry date, shelf life. And so this is all Kshara Purusha, Kshara Purusha, Kshara Purusha. And then that which has brought this this universe into being is Maya Shakti Avachinna Chaitanya. So the Chaitanya, this consciousness, as though conditioned by Maya Shakti, this is called what? Akshara Purusha. Ksharaha, he himself defines. Ksharaha Sarvani Bhutani. Everything that has come from the 5 elements, meaning any single thing in the universe, human made, God made, doesn't matter. It's all Kshara, 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 Kshara. But it is what? Ishvara. So it is Kshara Purusha. And then it's non-separate from Ishvara. So therefore it is Kshara, the word Purusha. That's why everything in the universe has the last name Purusha. Kshara Purusha. Then what? Akshara Purusha. What is this Akshara Purusha? Kutasthaha Aksharaha Uchyate. Kutasthaha doesn't mean that which is unmoving. Kute Tishtati, that which is in Maya. That which is in Maya. That which is because of Maya. Not Kutavat Tishtati, not sits like an anvil. We'll see all this in little detail. And I'm just summarizing this here. We are just translating it. So, Kute Tishtati, that which is found in the universe, in the Kuta means in heaps of things. That which is the truth behind the created universe. Kute Tishtati. But then, who am I? I am Uttamah Purushaha. Uttamah Purusha in grammar is first person. I am that. Very beautiful here. I am neither Kshara Purusha nor Akshara Purusha, although Kshara Purusha cannot be without me, and Kshara Purusha is non-separate from Ishvara. Akshara Purusha non-separate from Ishvara. What is Ishvara? Neither Kshara Purusha nor Akshara Purusha. Neither effect nor cause. That's why I am Purushottama. I am Uttama Purusha, which is Anya, which is known as Paramatma. The one who pervades this whole universe and is not touched by the universe. More we'll see tonight. We'll complete this chapter tonight, and tomorrow we can take up. And I'm looking for the translation of the 16th chapter. Godly and devilish qualities. That's how it is. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari